Hello and welcome. I'm Blair Blackwell, and this is the Daily Cyber Brief. Here's today's rundown of the biggest cybersecurity stories you need to know today. Good morning. This is the Daily Cyber Brief for Thursday, January 8th. Here are the key shifts today. CISA flags actively exploited flaws in Microsoft Office and HPE OneView, a maximum severity hole in the N8N automation platform, and fresh patches for Veeam backups, while new botnet and SEO poisoning campaigns target crypto and software downloads. We'll start with patch pressure and active exploitation. CISA added 2 bugs to its known exploited vulnerabilities list, one tied to Microsoft Office and another in HPE OneView, signaling real-world abuse and prioritization for remediation across agencies and practically any enterprise with exposure. Code injection issues like these are often used as footholds or pivot points, so expect scanning and opportunistic targeting to continue. In enterprise software, the automation platform N8N disclosed a maximum severity issue nicknamed Nightmare that lets unauthenticated attackers take over self-hosted instances. A separate notice describes a distinct, also critical, path to remote code execution under certain conditions for both self-hosted and cloud deployments. Meanwhile, Veeam released fixes for multiple flaws in its backup and replication product, including a critical remote code execution risk, notable given the strategic value of backup servers to ransomware actors. And in the web stack, a critical flaw in the widely used JS PDF library can quietly pull sensitive local files into generated PDFs, creating a stealthy data exfiltration path for JavaScript applications. Turning to campaigns and tradecraft, researchers are tracking a renewed Go brute forcer botnet wave focused on crypto and blockchain projects, abusing exposed server panels and weak credentials. With a twist, many targets appear to have been configured using AI-generated examples, which can bake in insecure defaults at scale. Separately, the group known as Black Cat is behind a search engine poisoning effort that places fraudulent software download sites ahead of legitimate ones, luring users into installing backdoors that steal data. Identity and cloud defenses are also in focus. An emerging actor dubbed Zestix reportedly pulled off a broad cloud credential heist across roughly 50 enterprises, with a common thread: lack of multi-factor authentication. File-sharing platform OwnCloud is urging users to enable MFA after reports of credential theft. And Microsoft warns that Office 365 tenants with weaker anti-spoofing configurations are more exposed to phishing that bypasses basic checks. One more edge case worth noting: attackers are exploiting a zero-day in unsupported D-Link DSL routers to run arbitrary commands. These end-of-life devices often linger at the network edge, where they can be conscripted into botnets or used as launch points into internal systems. Looking ahead, watch for active exploitation attempts tied to the Office and HPE OneView issues, plus rapid probing of N8N and Veeam installations as advisories circulate. The JS PDF weakness may trigger quick copycat abuses in web apps that generate documents, while SEO poisoning and Go brute forcer campaigns are likely to keep harvesting credentials and infrastructure access. Unsupported edge devices won't see vendor fixes, so expect them to remain a favored target in botnet activity. What I'll be watching today: backup infrastructure and workflow automation platforms as high-leverage targets, identity providers and single sign-on platforms amid renewed pressure on MFA gaps and email authentication settings, web apps that rely on third-party JavaScript libraries, internet-exposed database and admin panels in crypto and fintech, and home or branch office routers that can be turned into entry points. The takeaway: attackers are pairing active exploitation bugs with weak defaults and misconfigurations across everyday tools. It's a busy patch cycle, and the soft spots are predictable: identity, backups, and edge systems that quietly carry outsized risk. That's it for today's edition of the Daily Cyber Brief. Thanks for listening. I'm Blair Blackwell. This podcast is for informational purposes only and is not cybersecurity, legal, or financial advice.